I am so excited today because we get to interview Tony and Mykelti, and I'm a little starstruck.
Me too.
I know. This is so exciting.
Well, we're happy to be here.
Not to embarrass you guys.
Very happy to join.
But so we are following the show right now, and we just learned that you moved to North Carolina. How's it going? Do you like it there?
We love it. Actually, I think our kids have really been thriving here a lot. We haven't had to deal with snow in such a long time. It's so nice.
And it's so green here. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And did you just spend your first summer there?
Yes, first summer. So we moved in July 2024. So we had like half a summer. So this was our full first summer. Okay. And people told me we'd be really we'd hate the humidity and the bugs would be awful. And honestly, none of it is as bad as snow is. So I'm very happy. We love the weather. The people here also have been incredible. Just they're kind, they're open-hearted. They really don't care about our background of anything. How many kids, how many parents, what religion, what we do with our lives, they don't care. It's been nice and refreshing, actually.
Yeah. That sounds like it. So on the show, they said that you moved because of Tony's chess career. Is that accurate? Or what is that the real reason? I guess is what I'm asking.
So I would agree in that Mykelti had her heart set on moving, period, gaining some space. She needed some separation. And when you think about places to go, where we look throughout the US, North Carolina was nice because it was within a drive to family. And then on top of that, Charlotte happens to be the chess capital of the US, in my opinion. And so it was just like a very nice location. Like, oh, okay, we could be by family. We are in the middle of the chess hub. It hits a bunch of dots for us. So this is really attractive.
Yeah. That makes sense. So you needed separation from all your siblings and your mom and her new wife?
Her new wife. I'd say more I just needed separation from, yes, all of it. But also, I originally moved to Northern Utah because I wanted to be closer to my sisters. I was hoping that it would give my mom kind of a punch in to get out of Flagstaff. And it did. But Northern Utah wasn't where I wanted to end up. It was like a temporary stop. So I was never planning on staying there. I just wanted to be around family for a little bit. And then it did become too much. I felt like I was, in a lot of senses, kind of like the bridge, I guess, that makes my family together. And when family would come in town, I'd have to get everybody together and I'd have to coordinate schedules and I'd have to coordinate feelings. And I just didn't want to anymore. I wanted to focus on my husband. I wanted to focus on my daughter. I wanted to focus on the brand, my two boys. I just wanted to focus on my family and not having to worry about my other family, essentially. So I wanted to get out just because I needed to figure out who Mykelti was and who Tony and Mykelti were. And yeah, Tony's chess career added us that's a perfect reason to go to Charlotte. That is awesome because it's 4 hours from Maddie. So when I do need help and I do need family, I've got it right there. It's an international airport, so it's really easy for the rest of my family to come see us and hang out. And it's new. It's completely different from what Utah was. So it was just a lot of fingers pointed to Charlotte. So it was just perfect.
Yeah. And let me point out a couple of the juggling for you. She's juggling all of David's new family. Let me pick, here's a sphere. And then Christine and her kids, that family. There's another sphere. And then her in-laws, which is my family in Southern Utah. Here's another one. And then we got Kody and Flagstaff that eventually every now and then comes up. And so it's actually a lot to manage because she's in the middle of all of it. And it tends to
that was that was the perspective from watching a season ago, the season where there was the divorce, maybe it was 2 seasons ago. But Mykelti, you seem like you were in the worst. You were in the best person but worst role, trying to navigate that. When you said that, I don't know what you guys called that, but it was like a meeting of the families, like a goodbye to Christine and the kids. That was it looked like a brutal interaction.
Yeah, that was tough. That was one of those things where you're like, don't shoot the messenger. I swear, don't shoot me over here. But Now that was actually really rough, because that is, in a sense, is you're seeing live what I basically have been dealing with for the last several years of just trying to mitigate, essentially. It's not usually that intense though, because usually we're over phone calls or texting. We're not usually in person mitigating like that, which is, in person was rough. But yeah, that was essentially what I've been doing for the last while, and that was what we were getting away from. I didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, good for you for getting out of it.
Yeah.
Is there, I don't mean to get, I'm just curious, is there acknowledgement of that from the rest of the family? Like what your role is or has been?
I wouldn't say like verbal acknowledgement. If anything, I don't think that a lot of my family members love that I do that, because it definitely means that I'm pushing people's buttons. I'm getting in people's faces. I'm like making people, yeah, you smirk.
I'm not laughing.
But no, I'm forcing people to talk and communicate in things that will make them uncomfortable and not necessarily feel good about it. But in the long run, it's for the betterment. So I'm like forcing people to talk about their feelings when maybe they're not ready, essentially, or be in the same vicinity as people that they're not necessarily comfortable with. So yeah, I don't think that my family necessarily loved that a lot of the time. It made it easy when, like, for example, if one of my dad was coming up to visit and he wanted to have all like his kids be able to hang out, I was usually the one texting every individual kid, hey, let's meet up here. Does this sound good? No. Okay, well then let's go back and forth. And then I would like relay the information to my dad and be like, okay, let's meet here this time, this place, kind of thing. So I was the go-between, in a sense, that I was like forcing people to, let's hang out, let's do something together, let's talk about our problems, let's get together, kind of thing. And not everybody wants to do that. So
it's exhausting. That's like a huge mental load that that seems, I get why you left.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue, like from a clinical standpoint, I would argue that it's the family system, the dynamic. You or somebody is forced to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like if you didn't do it, then the family never gets together, or somebody else has to do it. Like I feel like you were pushed to do it, and because you're pushed to do it, I do think it's hard to get out. Like I'm impressed that you, like, were able to say, you know what, I'm just going to distance myself.
It's like the forced get out. You literally cannot have me help you anymore. I'm gone.
Yeah, you're on your own.
I'm out.
Yeah,
nice.
And Tony, you always seem, at least first of all, you always seem very fun on like how your cuts are always that you're like, you bring levity and you're happy. Behind the scenes, are you like, oh my God, Mykelti, do we have to do this again? Like, what's your global attitude towards the whole thing?
I mean, I like to think I'm still fun and happy and all that, but I absolutely have my moments where, like, she is like her mom in that, like, there's never a free weekend. There's not like a free evening. Like, there's always something going on.
We gotta play. We're young.
Yeah, and I'm like, look, I would love to like wake up at a normal time and work out, and then like maybe I can like socialize and talk to people.
Yeah, but what's normal?
But they want to get together like 8 a.m. and have pancakes and like start screaming. I'm like, just don't want to.
Yeah, this is our exact relationship. What you're describing.
Yeah, that's hard.
She's not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah,
I grew up in a big family too, not as big as yours, but I feel like that's part of like Tony, are you from a big family?
Family of 6, so not big.
Oh yeah, but you just need your time. You need your space. I get it.
Sure.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I think Tony's.
I forgot reasonable. Their wedding was like 300 people or something. Right?
Now parties. That's when you have all the people. That's a great time. That's when you can riot all the people. Not 9 a.m. That's
I feel like 9 a.m. is late.
Okay. So can I get into some challenging questions?
Challenging.
I am so glad that you can say you don't want to answer this, but I definitely want to know why everyone doesn't like Meri. You got to give it to me. Cause like, no, even in your mom's book, it wasn't clear. It was like something about you stealing gum or something from a store, or like not having 10 cents, but there has to be more, right?
There's a lot of things that we have to, the reason why my mom puts it in her book where it's vague, where she says it without saying it, is because obviously we need to be careful with what we say specifically, because we don't want to throw accusations or titles without anything to back them up, essentially. Like we don't want to throw around words that could have a really long lasting effect. So to break it down, Meri's personality is very hard. She's a very aggressive personality, not physically, but like go in, get it done. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your capabilities, it doesn't matter when she asks. You go in, you get it done. If you complain, you get in big trouble. If you don't do it exactly to her specifications, you get in big trouble. If you have questions about how to do it better, you get in trouble. If you didn't do it in a timely manner, you get in trouble. So there were a lot of like, she was very, very hard and she was very strict, and she tended to pick on me a lot more so than the other kids. I couldn't tell you why, but most of us don't get along with her because of how she treated us when we were younger. And even as she got older, she would do that classic, I'm so sorry, I love you, I'll treat you better, let's just go play and have a nice girl date or whatever. And then it's like right in the middle, she'd get mad at you for something, and then somehow it would become your fault. And then it would backpedal to where you were apologizing for something she did, and you were suddenly in trouble and you felt like you were guilty and you felt like it was an honor to be in her presence and amongst her, but you were still in the wrong and you were bad. And that's what it was, back and forth, all growing up, all of it. And then she'd have these big like emotional swings where she would just get angry and intense. Yeah, it was, so she just was not a very good parent. She wasn't a very good mom. She was not fun to be, no, she wasn't fun to be around in any sense of the word. So I think that's the biggest reason why most of my siblings choose not to have a very big relationship with her, but I won't say all of them. A lot of them will still try and talk to her, have a relationship with her, work on things. And I think it just comes back down to, like, at the end of the day, she's human and she's trying to figure it out. But because of how she treated me when I was younger, I will never have a relationship with her. However, I don't think she's a bad person. I just think that she's made mistakes and she still deserves happiness at the end of it. I'm just never going to have a relationship with her.
Yeah. What can I ask one more question to follow up on that? Like, when you say in trouble, like, was that mean like you got grounded, or like she yelled at you?
Usually
and like made you feel shame?
Yelling, shame. A lot of it would be like, yes, grounded, like you have to go to your room. I'll give you a specific example because that'll probably give more context. So one time in Wyoming at the dinner table, she's taking care of us. My mom's off working one of her night shifts at the museum. Janelle's working late. Dad's traveling somewhere for some sort of thing with a sales company, whatever. So Meri's got all of his kids. She's feeding us dinner. I'm probably about seven at the time. Hunter's about 8 months younger than me. Maddie's 8 months older than me. So we're all pretty close to the same age. Aspen's a year and a half older than me. We're all sitting at the dinner table eating our food. If Meri cooked something, by the way, it was disgusting. Always nasty.
Damn.
Gross. Don't eat Meri's food. It was not fun.
Side shots.
But we were kids. We were teasing. We were eating dinner, so we were sticking our tongues out at each other. And she told us to stop doing it, and obviously we're kids. We're going to keep doing it. We're sticking out our tongues at each other. There's nothing wrong with that. So we keep doing it. She keeps telling us to stop. And then finally, after I do it one more time, she screams at me specifically, "Mykelti, I told you to stop. You're done." She grounds me from finishing dinner. I have to leave the table. The rest of the kids stay at the table and they can keep eating, and I can hear them giggling and Meri's still yelling at them to stop sticking their tongues out. But I'm sitting in a corner with my arms and my head bunched up together in my bedroom. So like, that's kind of like a specific example. And that's actually one of my only memories from Wyoming. I blame trauma blocking, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, because I never understood,
Yeah, let's say she's not our favorites.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was just gonna guess Mykelti at why, and I don't know enough of the, I've only watched the last few seasons, but I do think you are at risk for being like the child spotlighted, because you are more emotionally adept. Like you are, I said, emotionally adept, and you're also more, I think, invested in navigating everybody's emotions. So like some kids' personalities, if you do that to them, they would blow up and be super reactive and they would blame the parent and it wouldn't go well. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think your personality, at least in the last few seasons, it looks like you're more about trying to, like, you would be more self-reflective in the moment, which empowers the like, of all the kids maybe doing that, you're the one that she can do it to, and it will have a different impact on you versus whatever, if it had been Hunter, for example.
That's interesting.
Does that make sense?
Dang.
Like
So I'm emotionally involved.
You're
so she
the
attacked me.
perfect guinea pig.
Well, because you probably would you would, not emotionally, but you, like, in the moment you might tolerate it differently than the other kids, and you're, as a consequence, you can be a punching bag because you're not going to blow up. Does that make sense? Like, I wonder if I would guess there's something like that going
That
on.
would make sense. I kept a lot of it internal. I didn't tell other people about it. I didn't tell my mom about it. I didn't tell my dad about it. I didn't talk to my siblings about it. I just was like, okay, well, it happened. It sucked. I guess I'll go take the punishment and deal with it later.
Yeah, you would be the most, I'm just trying to think through this. You might be the most, the quickest to take care of Meri also after being shitty to you. Do you know what I mean?
Crack my whip a little bit and say, hey, Meri, this is what you did. Go figure it out.
No, I think you'd be the quickest to, if Meri was upset afterwards, to then also make sure she's okay. Like, I'm thinking about the number of times that you put yourself in the middle of the family, like you're sacrificing yourself. There's a big emotional and social sacrifice to be like, Dad, you got to come here. Mom, you got to come here. Kids, you got to come here. And I'm going to make it all happen. But it's for the betterment of the family. And that kid sometimes gets shit on by adults that aren't controlled.
I would say that's a pretty good, summation. Yep.
You know?
I like
it's like you're a psychologist or something.
What? Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing at like what, because it's an interesting thing, because kids that are mistreated like that are always like, why me? And it can be like 1,000 reasons. You could have looked like somebody, you could have whatever, but I think there's a part of it, which is the EQ and the, like, ability to navigate people, you know?
That's cool. That's actually very enlightening. I appreciate that, David.
I don't know if it's right. I'm just saying.
Whether it's right or it's wrong, it makes me feel better.
He's hesitating on the PhD stamp.
So our next question is about your mom's book. Do you think that was an actual tell-all, or is there more to tell? And what would you say? And are you going to do one? There's 3 questions there.
I do think it was an actual tell-all, but I think that there's something specific about any story. You have the person who it happened to. You have the person who it also happened to, because there's always 2 people. And then you have, from an outside point of view, you've got history that changes it and morphs it. And you've got all the life. You're 30 years older. You're going to have a different opinion on what happened when you were 20, kind of thing. So I think it's an accurate account and an accurate telling from my mom's perspective of who she is now, looking at the past. So yes, I think it's great. I think it's accurate. However, I think that there's also a ton more to be said. I think that Janelle could write the same book, but from Janelle's point of view, her perspective, what happened to her, and it would be very different from my mom, because it's how it happened to her, which I want Janelle to write a book. She needs to write a book. Please write a book. I would love to write a book. I think that as I was speaking with my mom as she was writing her book and as she was reading it for Audible, she went through a lot of emotional challenges to unpack it and to go through it.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of like something that she had already healed from. She had to reopen the wound, and she had to discuss it and figure it out and see if it was worth talking about. So there was a lot of that she went through. And I'm not at a point in my life emotionally where I think I'm capable of unpacking my life right like that and still being able to function as a present mom and a present wife. So I don't know how long it'll be until I do write a book, but I do think that it would be really cool to write a book. But it's one of the reasons why we started Patreon, because Patreon's essentially, it's like our slow unpack without having to emotionally invest in everything, I guess. So
Yeah. Tell me about the Patreon. What do you do on your Patreon?
So essentially we started it, we wanted it to be like a reacting to what happened in Sister Wives, but also giving like the other side of it. Because in Sister Wives, anytime something is filmed, it usually takes like 2 to 3 weeks to film something. And then they get invited back to the interview set to ask questions. And it's another 2 to 3 weeks of just on the interview set answering questions. And it all gets edited down to like 45-minute episodes. So there's so much that isn't said, that isn't shown, that like you have those stupid things that my dad says off the top of his head that you're like, Kody, why did you say that? Why did you say that? But then like looking at it after he said it, it would have been like a word vomit thing, because that's my dad's favorite way to talk, is just word vomiting. But I think that if he actually like realized what he had said or like thought about it, he wouldn't quite be so verbally harsh. And so I think that's what you're missing out on in the 45-minute episodes. And that's what we wanted to give, was this other side, this other perspective, that there are more than just these 45 minutes you see once a week. There's more history, there's more story, there's more personality here behind here. But we also wanted it to be like kind of not like a Keeping Up with the Padrones or Keeping Up with the Browns, because they stopped doing a lot of the kid stuff. They started doing just the adults, and we were hoping to like show them like who Tony and Mykelti are, essentially. So it's like a lot of things. That was the hope.
Yeah, well put.
Yeah. How well, hold on. I guess I've an adjacent question, just related to I don't want to move beyond the book thing, Mykelti. So I now follow you on Instagram more regularly since you and I've been talking.
Oh, no.
It's very funny. But I did is it called Smut Talk? What's the books that you're into? I never even heard of it before, but
wait, are you sure?
So
Allison,
I'm curious.
Hold on, wait a second.
Okay, so 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah,
That's smut.
I read that. Yeah,
That's
smut. It's like yeah.
You had a post, I think today, about if you get in a car accident and there's like porn going off in the car.
So that's just like, an audible recording of a book. But the books that I prefer, there's a lot of adult scenes. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of fun, spicy stuff going on. So I'll listen to them on Audible. My husband's like, every now and then we'll get in the car together as a family. We're going to drive. My Audible connects to the car, and it'll be a scene. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tony, stop listening and turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Those scenes are crazy.
So that's what they are. But they're great. They're good books. And they like the smut part only usually makes up like 10 to 15% of the entire book, depending on the book.
But it's your favorite part, though, right?
What?
I think it's hilarious.
It's your favorite part, though, right?
For sure, some of it. Yeah, 100%. Like the guys, the fantasy ones where they have really big, long wings. Heck yeah!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, there was something called that's a thing. It's like a romanticy is like a new thing.
Okay. Well,
my mom, when I was growing up, wrote romantic mysteries, which were like, do you know who Janet Ivanovich is? Ivanovich.
It's
but it was like that. It's like a half mystery, half.
That's more.
That's more porn.
That's more romance. She's talking straight smut.
No, not straight smut. I'll listen to all of it. A little bit of smut, a lot of bit of smut, straight smut. I'll listen to all.
Well, let me just say, I think your Instagram is. I think the Instagram is I'm very impressed by the Instagram, and I was surprised by the Instagram.
We like
very good.
Okay, Tony, do you like Kody?
Yeah, of course. I like him as a person, and we could be good buddies. He's a cool dude. I think that his performance as a dad is quite poor. And his performance as a husband is rough. But for the longest time, I've always stated, and this is the line that I like to stay on, is that I don't know of any males that would perform much better than he did with 4 wives, 18 kids, and a TV show. I don't know how many men would walk away any more clean or pure or with less fallbacks than he did. I think most men would do terribly, me included. And so I think it's a lot of his faults are the choices that got him into there. I don't really think he's like this horrible human, but yeah, you put yourself in a dumb situation, and like it was always gonna crash and burn. It's who's not gonna crash that car? I don't know. I would crash. So I have a hard time like
Yeah.
really wanting to like bash him or anything because when
Yeah.
I take him
Well, his
outside,
first
he is cool. Like it's fun to hang
Yeah.
out with him. He's fun. He's charismatic. He's good to talk to. We can be buddies, but that's where I like to
Yeah.
really stay in my realm when I think about him is in that light.
Yeah.
Do you often, both of you, when you see like, I don't know if you watch, you see people react to it, you must.
Yes.
Do you think like these reactors are massive assholes and are missing it? Do you think the reactors are typically on, like, what's your view of like all of, like, I feel like we're all the people like in the, looking through the window talking shit. What's the,
I think
how do you
everybody
feel about it?
everybody gets their own opinion on my dad. Like it's your opinion and that's completely fine. I don't take offense to people who rat on him, who hate him, who call him names. I don't take offense to it because at the end of the day, my dad decided to put his entire life on national television and he gave everybody the permission to talk crap about him. That's what he did. So it's really, I'm not mad about it. I don't like it when people talk shit on him to me. Like if they're like ragging on my dad in front of me, I'm like, I don't like that. But if they say it on their social media, they say it to their friends, they're talking to just their life about it, then it's fine. It's their choice. It's their opinion. So it doesn't bug me so much because it's like at the end of the day, I'm probably do the same thing. Kind of, like I would judge people the same like that. So I think unfortunately, especially in the last couple of seasons, my dad has not done a good job about making himself look good. I think that he might be doing it slightly on purpose so people don't attack other aspects of his life or try to like blame other things. They just try to like just target him and leave everybody else alone. I wonder if that's why he's doing it.
Interesting.
But no, it doesn't like piss me off when people rag on him.
See, I only have a problem when they rag on you or us for the opinions we have about them because they tend to be so harsh about it. Because from the outside, it's very easy to be like, yeah, those guys are the freaking worst, and he's such a dummy. And it's very easy to forget like that we actually know these people. We grew up with them. We have hours and days spent with them, their family. We've seen the good sides, and so it's if you have none of that, then it's very easy to take some of our takes and just be like, oh, they die. How could you think that they did something bad to your mom and how dare you? And it's just a bit extreme. It's sometimes good to remember.
I didn't know. Where are they attacking? Is it on Reddit? Where do you get
everywhere? Reddit's the worst.
I get attacked on Reddit all the time, so I was just curious where.
People attack me. They tell me to brush my hair. They're so mean.
Okay, if you need to brush yours,
It's
I need to brush
so
mine too.
For real.
Your hair's great. You're fine.
Freaking Reddit.
They'll tell me.
They're what they call. They're keyboard warriors. So yeah, you can attack my dad all you want, but don't attack my opinion of my dad.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I have a question about Kody though. He seemed like in most of the series like happy-go-lucky guy, except now he seems like he has rage all the time. Is that just the cuts of the vomit that you're talking about, or has he always been kind of angry and like the show didn't show him that way?
He hasn't.
Or has it changed?
No, that's changed a lot. I think that's changed with just age. First off, he's getting older. And so I just think he's like had a lot of life affect him. But I also think honestly, being famous for how long he's been it and how many people have been exposed to him and saying negative things about him, it affects your personality. In the long run, people who are on shows, whether it's TV, reality, whatever, it affects your personality because you're starting to listen to what people have opinions about you. You're hearing it. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's gotten so angry. But I mean, also, his kids have opinions about him as well. And those are the people that are the dearest to him. His ex-wives/wives have opinions about him, and that's hard. So it's going through 3 divorces. It's going through a lot of his kids don't talk to him very much anymore. It's going through the hate that he gets because he's on the show. I think it's all of it has just been making him angrier. But it's not like the dad that I grew up with was this very much just like happy, funny, friendly, awesome dude. Like I grew up with a cool guy. He was always just the life of the party. So I think that this is honestly just what happens when you decide to get older and you decide to put your show out there for everybody to have opinions on, unfortunately. So that's what it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes I think it makes sense. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I think he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
I do think. I mean, I've said it. Are you watching him on Special
Oh
Forces?
yeah, he's so cool. He looks so cool, right?
Are you rooting for him?
Yeah, but that's because he's my
Yeah,
dad.
okay,
But also
good.
because he's this 57-year-old who's like not
He's
complaining.
being a badass. It's great.
He is. Well, first of all, between the two of us, I'm more pro Kody on that show.
I know, but I realize it's her dad. I am not a Kody fan, but it's your dad, and I'm not going to say I don't.
No,
Okay,
Allison,
but-
you can. I mean, if it's your honesty, again, it's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. I've stalked your guys' Instagram. I know your opinion.
I like your mom so much is the problem. Your mom, and so that I felt like he was not nice to her. So
Okay,
Well, for true.
but he is. So we made, I think a lot of people made fun of him for the pecs and the abs like 2 years ago. Now he's freaking jacked. And so it does make me, and he's a little redder in the face and he looks a little bit different. He's lean, he's lost weight. So I guess the question is there a part of it which is is he on testosterone or peptides or is something making him more aggressive? And is that influencing how he's interacting with people?
I don't think so. Because the angry moments that you'll see, like if you've watched last, like even 6, 7, 8 years ago on the interview sets specifically, you see that come out. You'll see like a little bit of the anger come out. And then
it starts earlier.
yeah, and then as he went through the divorces, you saw more of the anger come out. And he was a little pudgier then. And then as you see more of him go through like other, like specifically on the interview set, you'll see the anger come out. So I think that how ripped he is now is because Special Forces was like, you have 9 months to train, get yourself in shape and figure it out. And that's what this is.
Got it. Okay.
So he was like,
well, I'll tell you what, he did it in the number of NFL football players that can't keep up. I mean, you
Crazy.
say what you want, but it's pretty impressive.
He is a massive fan though of like supplements and collagen and peptides. He's a big fan of that stuff.
So protein. 100%.
we saw when he was moving, he left his blender out, so we knew
because he has to have it every day.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does
my
a lot of
dad's
stuff.
routines are the funniest thing in the world. Just so you
Yeah.
guys know what you do. Here's a little insight what you don't see on the show. So he has a station, he has a counter, and divorce, he had a counter at each one of the wives' houses so that he could have his stuff. He has tons of supplements. We're talking like all kinds of vitamins, creatine, all the proteins, all the collagens, whatever it is. All of it, all of those like gut health stuff. Yeah, he loves that stuff, loves it. So what's the AG1? 100%. My dad
He
takes
loves that
AG1.
stuff. Well,
I need to get on his stack.
his most recent one that I remember him telling me about is that he takes like a shot of just straight, super pure from like a great source olive oil, just full like one shot's worth. He just
wow,
chugs it
Yeah.
straight, and apparently it's like does all this crazy good stuff for it. I believe it, but he does that every single day.
MCT
Yeah.
oil.
So he has like his
Yeah.
water, he has his electric kettle on his counter, and then next to it he has his cutting board with his knife. And he used to do like hot lemon water every day and then started rotting his teeth. So he's like,
we'd see it in the show. He would squeeze like 100 lemons in his mouth.
So, and then it's like all his like stations set up. So he's got his blender so that he can make his drinks every day. And it's like his station. The moms wouldn't touch that counter. He got to clean it. He put it away. It was his. Like that was his drink counter. And whenever we went to restaurants, this is his drink order, realizing it was destroying his teeth. A really hot glass of water, an empty cup, 5 lemons, and a knife. That was his drink order.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Oh,
And if his meal,
this is good dirt.
if his meal had any flour, he would request where the flour was sourced from. Otherwise, he wouldn't eat anything with flour.
Yeah, so he's
unique.
He's very
Yeah.
specific about what he puts in his body. Super specific.
So it works though. He's refined.
Yeah. So what's going on with you guys and Robyn?
As of now, Robyn and I aren't currently like on a
We're not chitty chat.
we're not talking a whole lot. We're not like we don't talk anymore. That's not where we're at. We're not we're just not communicating a whole lot right now.
What?
Sorry. So we haven't like said, hey, we're not going to talk anymore. We haven't cut off our relationship. We haven't done anything like that. We're not cut off from each other. We're just not actively communicating.
Why?
I think that there's just a lot of things kind of going back to the me being like a bridge trying to keep my family together. And the reason I left was because I needed to figure out who I am and what my feelings are. It goes back to that where I don't know if she affected my relationship with her on purpose, like she targeted me when she joined the family so that she would have like a safe goat or somebody on her side, or if it was just genuinely I needed help, or if I have a relationship with her because I was manipulated or not, or if I saw her as somebody that was picked on a lot and I wanted to make her feel welcome. Like, I don't know exactly why I don't know the separation between how I feel about her, how my siblings feel about her, how my parents feel about her. I don't know what the separation is. So one of the reasons I'm not like I don't have a strong relationship with her right now, because I need to figure out what is true to me, what is my opinion about hers without all the other voices. How do I feel about what she did? And at the end of the day, I want to have a relationship with her, but I want to have it at a point where I know I can trust her. I know that she's not going to manipulate me. I know that I can trust that if I say something to her, she's not going to talk about it. But I also know at the end of the day, she is such like guys, she is such a good mom. I know that she's very overprotective, but she is a good mom. When she first joined the family, she gave me something. She gave me a mom. She gave me a person to talk to. She gave me somebody I could trust. And it was somebody I didn't have. I was at the point in my life when she first joined that I don't know I would have been here today had she not, I guess, saved me, rescued me, been there for me. Like, I don't know that I'd be here. So there were a lot of things that she did for me. And because of what she did for me when I joined the family, like, I don't like talking smack on her, who she was then. I know there was a lot that went down when she first joined. Who she is now is somebody different. She's morphed a lot. I do think there's a lot of things that she hasn't done that are the best. So my relationship with her right now is I love her. I wish her well. I don't know what to do with her right now, and I don't know exactly how I feel. So I think over the next, honestly, probably couple of years, as I'm sorting through like my feelings and what I want to do with my family, where I want to be with them, I'll start to like dive in. Do I want this relationship with her? Do I want her to have a relationship with my kids, and kind of like figure that out? But I mean, if she called me up tomorrow and she was like, "Hey, Mykelti, I'm coming to Charlotte. Can I visit you?" I'd be like, "Yes, come over to my house. Let's go," kind of thing. So
can I ask, why does it matter to you? Why are you wanting to understand the why behind your relationship with her in the past? Why does it matter?
Because if she in the past saw me as the weak link, so she targeted me and wanted to have a relationship with me so that she could have like a foot in the door, I don't like that. Like, if that was her intention, I don't like that, because that's just not okay.
Did someone put that notion in your head, or like why would you think that?
I would so yes, people have put that notion in my head, definitely.
Okay.
But I've also like tried to read up on just behavior stuff, and I saw that like oftentimes people will seek out somebody to reel them in, kind of thing. But I think that the true reason why she gravitated towards me, or why I gravitated towards her, because she saw that I needed help. She saw that I was hurting and that I was struggling with my siblings and with my family. And so she sought me out as trying to like just be there for me. So like that's the back and forth of if I have, and that's, some people say that as well. They agree with that as well. So I have both opinions and I have both things in my head that I'm like, which one's the root of it? I know it could technically be both. Like, why can't it be both? But so I guess that's kind of like, I'm all over the place and confused.
No, but I think it's, I think what you're doing is, it feels like you're actively trying to figure out how you feel about a lot of things, which I think is really good. I guess just hearing it though, my initial reaction is to say that it doesn't matter so much. Like, the truth is she saved you. The truth is she was a great mom to you. The truth is you care about her and she cares about you. And that's your experience. And whether or not she took care of you because she thought that you needed taking care of, or if she took care of you because you looked a certain way, or because what doesn't matter, she saw you as someone that needed support and she wanted to support you, which feels like a very strong maternal instinct on her part. And it was very good for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think
you're backing up Tony right now. We had this conversation like a couple weeks ago, and that's what he said.
Yeah.
I think that the only time you get into difficult situations with these things is that when you know that they actively or have hurt other people that you love, and that's when things get messy. Like the same reason that Allison struggles with Kody because she loves Christine. Like,
Yeah.
well, that makes it a bit hard, when she thinks of
Yeah.
like, oh, Robyn might have hurt people I love, but like my experience directly with her has always been pretty nice. It's pretty
Yeah.
messy, and I think she has a
Yeah.
hard time waiting through the mess.
So yeah,
Through all
my
of it.
mom
Yeah.
doesn't like-
It's for sure complicated.
all of my siblings don't like have a good relationship with her. The rest of my moms don't have a good relationship with her. So why do I, kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah. She seems like such a dud on the show. So I mean, like she does, like, because the way they like cut her, they make her seem personality less. And so like there does seem like a lot of rage towards her, but like she just seems like a dud.
Well, it's
the way they make her look on the show.
I agree with you in that. Until Mykelti said she was a really good mom, that does not come through on the show.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like we're operating with less information, but that you have like
they make her look flat.
Yes. I think that she does that on purpose. So
She
same
does
reason
too.
like my dad got angrier because he read comments and he started to listen to the voices. I think Robyn got quieter because she started to listen and hear the voices as well. Because in the first couple of seasons, she talks a lot. She's got more depth. She has more opinion. She actually says more than 2 words.
She's lively.
She's lively versus
She's
like
fun.
this most recent season, even like the last tell all. Robyn had like 2 words for everything that Suki asked. She'd have like a 2-word sentence every single time. And I think that's just because she realized every time she says anything, she gets attacked. So
she gets eaten alive. Yeah.
So she's
she does
super
the bare
guarded.
minimum for the contract, and then she just stops.
She's way guarded.
Yeah. Well, it's good perspective.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. As someone who reacts to her and gets annoyed with her, it's a good perspective.
Did you see like the unfairness happening with the wives that like your mom experienced and Janelle experienced?
Yes, but
so it did happen.
Okay. I have a very different opinion as to the reasons why though. So obviously my dad had, what was it? It was probably 10, 20. How long was he married to them before Robyn joined? Like 15, 16 years?
16 or 17 years.
You were there. I
was there. You're right. But there's a lot of history.
I'm an expert.
Yeah, Allison's the expert. She's been watching this. So my dad had a relationship. He had insight into his original, the OG 3 wives, as well as all of the kids. Like he had relationships with all of them. He had a foundation with all of them. Obviously it was rocky. There were ups and downs, but he had a foundation and a relationship. Robyn comes along. She's brand new. She doesn't know them. Her kids don't know my dad. So I think that he was trying to get to know them and make them feel comfortable. So he spent extra time at their house. He spent extra time with her kids to make them feel comfortable and welcome and just get to know them. So while they're joining the family, it was an easier mesh. And then I think as he was doing that, he realized he was more like, not necessarily like, oh, I'm more comfortable at Robyn's, just something like it happened. So he felt more comfortable. So he wanted to be there more. I think as time went on, he enjoyed her company more and he realized he was really in love with her more than he was his other wives. And he started to realize he had an easier relationship with her kids. And so it just made him automatically want to spend more time with her, not even realizing that he was doing it. I think he just started to do it. So at first it was to help them, make them feel welcome and get to know them. And then it just became what it was essentially. So yes, there was a disadvantage, but at first I don't think it was on purpose at all.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it had to do with how Robyn standardized and required things of Kody that none of the other wives did. I think it was very telling.
That's true.
That she required presence and presence, like him being there, being there when it was their birthday, being there in moments. I think she required things of him that nobody else thought to require and even think that they could ask of him because they just assumed, oh, you just can't because he has other wives or he's busy. Mm-hmm. And that just didn't fly by her. And that was, I think that was a big game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a relationship with Kody now?
It's kind of similar to the relationship with Robyn where we're not talking. We're just not actively talking. So that's essentially what it is. Every time I see him on an episode of Special Forces, though, I am like, I should call him. He's pretty OP right now. Like, that's cool. He's doing some good stuff. And then I'm like, but if I do, it's going to open a whole conversation. And do I want to talk about everything? So right now we don't have a very like deep relationship or anything like that. So we're not talking, but we're not talking essentially.
Do you want him to open that door though?
He has tried actually.
And take the.
He's
Huh?
tried.
What?
He's trying.
So he's
Okay.
reached out multiple times. He reached out before he left to like every time we've communicated, he's reached out. And he's like been the one extending the foot, but it's hard because with me, I'm a package deal. You gotta treat my whole family nice. You gotta treat my kids nice. You gotta talk to all of us. You can't just have me. You have to have all of us. So
You know, you sound like Kody right now.
Wait, but
no, what
wait,
I mean is,
hold on.
I want to understand. I want him to be nice to Isabel. I want him to be nice to Savannah. I want him to be like, I want him to talk to Truly and hang out with her and go visit her. I want him to do all of this. And so if he calls me up and he talks to me or have a relationship with him, I'm going to ask him, hey, what's going on with you and Truly? Hey, what's going on with you and Isabel? Hey, what's going on with you and Savannah? And he's going to be like, I want to have this relationship with you right now. My relationship with them is separate. My relationship with you is with you. And that's kind of where he's at, is he wants to figure out each relationship individually as they go. And I want to be like, well, why can't we all just get together, be happy and love each other kind of thing? So
it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
It's the exact same thing he wants. Like the kids want to have a relationship with him and not her, and he's asking for a package deal like you are. Hey,
His
I
is
also want
different.
you to be okay with my wife.
His is different.
And
We're kids. We come first.
It's so
Kids
mirrored.
come first.
It's
Kids
so mirrored.
always come first, regardless of
I'm just
marriage,
saying,
not marriage, how long you've been married, who you're married to. It doesn't matter.
It sounds
Kids
very similar.
come first. You're right.
It sounds very similar. Just saying.
That's
It's the same.
fair.
It's the same strain of thoughts.
That's fair, but kids come first.
If you want to be with me, you have to accept my package. You want to be with him, you have to accept his package, which includes Robyn, and most people don't like that.
Just so we all know, I am actually very similar to my dad, so that's fair. Her and my personalities are really close.
But I'll just tell you, I don't mean to bash on him. As a viewer, it drives me fucking up a wall that he does not reach out more. In my opinion, and I understand that maybe it's a Pollyanna, naive view of it, but his ass needs to be on a plane to Charlotte, and he should do whatever it takes to build a relation. Like, I don't understand.
I agree.
It feels like it's this. I called Mykelti and it didn't go well, so I'm gonna wait. I don't know how many weeks he's waiting before he calls you again. But if he wants a relationship, even if, in my mind, even if what you wanted was unreasonable, I don't care. He needs to give it to. If he wants a relationship with his kids, that should be a priority, and he should do whatever. He should move heaven and earth to have a relationship with his kids, and then he can worry about the Robyn piece of it. But like this idea of there's a power struggle because of Robyn, or because it just is a wild notion to me.
No, I agree. Anyway, I think that if he really wanted a relationship with any of us, he can buy a plane ticket, he can drive, he can take the time off work, because if he can spend 2 weeks in Morocco, he can sure as heck spend a day in Charlotte.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
You need a supplement station at your house, though.
We actually basically have so many, actually. Tony now, he's got all the creatines and the proteins.
It's just a couple.
Are you on Christine stuff?
Yeah.
That she sells?
Like the Plex one?
Do you sell it too, Mykelti? Do you sell it too?
Well, I did. I don't really sell it actively because that requires like actually promoting it and taking the photos and doing it. So I take it. I really like it, but I don't like super promote it.
What is it?
It's called Plexus.
They're on this thing, but what's it called? Plexus. I feel like they're doing all kinds of cool cruises and stuff. They're like top tier. It looks fun.
Yeah. All right, we're at 50 minutes. You want to?
Oh gosh, dang! I could go on forever.
Do you have any final questions for them before they switch?
Well, no. I just was wondering, is everyone's anger at Robyn what we see on the show? Like they're mad at her because of COVID, or they're mad at her because she's the favorite? Like why does everyone not like her?
I think there's a lot of reasons, and I couldn't speak to everyone's individual reason. I can speak to what I've noticed from the group. So from the group, I think the initial anger comes with our dad chose you and our dad chose your kids. And I think that's the foundation of the anger. And when he chose you, instead of you kicking him out of the house and saying, go have a relationship with your kids, you were like, yeah, come have a relationship with my kids and come hang out with us. So that's the root,
Mhm.
I think, of the anger. From there, it probably stems in a million different directions per which kid you ask. But I think that's the root of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. That was
You're the
excellent.
best.
Thank you so much for answering all those
Yeah,
questions.
of course, David,
Of
Allison,
course.
you're very welcome. This is fun.